Cascade has a problem. See, I love Emoti, but a certain set of spells just don't work with Cascade. Protection, wasted. Counter spells, the only target is your own cards, which is terrible. But what if there was a solution? One card that let you Cascade while playing these powerful effects, and also let you attack for 100 damage as early as turn 5. Enter Jodah. While not technically having Cascade, it effectively has Legendary Cascade. All your legendary spells find another one, and the key distinction is this only hits other legendary cards, which means we get to protect our Jodah with Tyvar Stand, Lauren's Escape, and the like. And that's a good thing too, as Jodah needs to survive to do anything, as he doesn't have Cascade himself and costs 5 mana, meaning we either need to have extra mana available or untapped to get any value out of him other than one attack phase. But that value is often enough to win the game, as his second ability gives all legendary creatures +1/+1 for each legendary. This gets very big very quickly. I mean, just look how big this monkey is. This deck revolves around Jodah on the battlefield, so it's a little fragile, but it's super strong when it works and is very fun. So this build revolves entirely around playing the best legendary creatures and ways to protect Jodah. And thankfully, many legendary creatures help with that task. Several legends from the new Pippin to the old Vala keep Jodah alive, and in total give us 11 ways to protect Jodah on the cheap, making the fantasy of attacking with him much more fixed into reality. Next up is Ramp, as 5+ mana isn't easy to reach. Mox Amber is great, as all our 1-drop legendaries are guaranteed to 2 to enter if we cast it with Jodah out, making the first effectively cost 0 mana. Beyond that, we don't play a ton, as we're also happy to curve out, but some legends step up again. Ragavan, Kalane, Lofo, Catilda, Magda, Captain, Gwenna, Kiora, Savala, Lotus and Inga all follow the game plan of being legendaries while ramping us up. We throw in a few other sources such as Arcane Signet and a Halfling for good measure, and Relic of Legends is absolutely insane with our legendary creature count, while Fabo our Elder loves how many colours we have. Next up is a super powerful word, Haste. We often only get one turn where we can really get some damage in, and with the size of our creatures, a few hits is usually enough. Cards like Goro, Orobrask and Rising of the Day can really make our plans so much more explosive, as well as some cards such as Captain Nanavi Stormward have haste by themselves. Next, in true Cascade fashion, cost reduction effects are fantastic, and Great Engine Galter can be cast for 2 mana but still Cascade for their full value, letting them both have the chance to hit absolutely massive value. Beyond that, we can just fill our deck with our favourite legendary creatures. The lower mana value is better as we want to get as many triggers as possible. Thanks to Jodah's power boosting ability, quantity definitely beats out quality, but there's a lot of extra quality legends at every point in the curve. Samwise, Mary, the One Ring and Lilia can give us card advantage. Loran, Eowyn and Valky can give us some much needed interaction, which, by the way, if we Cascade into this, still lets us hit Tybalt, as this isn't your old Cascade, this is Legendary Cascade. Same goes for Valentin, but honestly the Lifelink Menace is often better with the Jodah boost. I round it out with a few other cards that fill multiple holes, such as Domri, who interacts and ramps, Khan's Temple Zonui, which wins most games it's cast in, some cantrips to hit our land drops, and talking of lands, 5-colour mana bases are tough. You will lose to the mana sometimes, but we lean much heavier into green, white and red, and our mana base reflects that. Shocks and Triumphs abound, a few 5-colour lands, and we really just try our best to make it work. If Khans comes out in December with fetch lands, this list will get a nice boost to the land base, but for now it works, most of the time. Just remember to aggressively mulligan down to 6 or maybe even 5 to try and get at least 3-4 colours of mana in your opening hand. The free mulligan really helps a lot in Brawl with 5-colour decks. Now I'll say that the build I presented is pretty heavy on the wild cards, as we need to play basically all legends and a tight mana base. The deck is almost entirely rares. However, you can substitute a lot of the cards and still have a deck feel pretty similar if you keep low on the curve. So rather than copying my exact list, I just import it, maybe create a few key cards, and then just add to it over time. Lord of the Rings did give a huge boost to the deck, so you might just have a lot of cards from the draft and across the history of Arena to slot into your list. I haven't got my list down perfect. For example, I can't bring myself to use the wildcard to craft Izamaru, but did craft cards like Sylvala because they can have such a huge impact. It's up to you how far you want to go. The most important parts of the deck are the protection spells, the ramp and the haste, and a lot of these can be got at lower rarities, so you can make this deck basically on any budget, but as your budget goes up you're going to see the power level increase. Either way, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed the deck. More Brawl Commander and Cascade content coming soon. Let me know what you want to see and stay tuned for the Jodah gameplay video showcasing this build. Until then, take care.